Hey everyone, welcome to the update for today, which was Friday, June the 10th of 2026. Now, today I actually had the day off, and this is a full day off. That is no working in the schools, which of course you kind of expect in July, no working in the stores. Now that's the weird one. Not sure what the deal was, but for whatever reason, I didn't have anything weird going on, but happened to get a Friday off. I've mentioned that the schedule's kind of wonky because of the lead accountant being off for a few days. So anyway, instead of my super consistent Friday being an accounting day, had the day off, and I'm not complaining. Now, I had the again, I had the full day off and no commitments of any sort for today. That being said, there's not going to be many of these in the month of July. And given that I wasted one on Monday, definitely not doing the same thing with the one today. So, went to the gym, and then of course, because life is about balance, I went directly from the gym to Domino's, because why not? You only live once. And then I started on getting stuff done. And what was I working on today? The garage. So, if you have been following these updates now for the past several months, going back, gosh, I remember talking about this as early as mid to late March. This whole procession of kind of taking everything upstairs, and as I'm redoing things, moving things down to the garage, where essentially the final fate of the things that are in this apartment is determined. Now, excuse me. Because of just a long story that would take several updates in a row to get into. There's lots of stuff here even in my place that connects back to my parents, and particularly my dad. And so there's some stuff in here that I'm not even sure, like 1,000%, what it actually even was. And then of course, as I've been taking things from upstairs and kind of shifting them down here as I've been kind of going through everything. Right now, there's just kind of a mismatch of different stuff down here. But there's a bit less as I've already taken 3 or 4 loads of stuff to this new storage facility that I acquired. And there's definitely going to be more to go. And so, like, looking over here, for example, it doesn't actually look, if I'm being honest, like I really accomplished much of anything. And yet, it's just indicative of how much there is to do. Like, for example, there is, like, you might remember from a couple of videos that have been in the upstairs bedroom, the one with the turquoise walls. All of this behind me was the bed that was in there. Oh, this is a poster that at one point was up in one of the walls with the tropical motif that was kind of prevalent up there at the time. This mattress and stuff here. This pad's pretty nice, but this mattress and stuff is it's beyond its lifespan and just needs to be disposed of, which is going to be something that's there's going to be essentially a like one of those services that comes and helps move furniture around and take stuff away. I think I mentioned before, last time I had a situation like this, the place was literally called College Hunks Hauling Junk. That's literally what it's called. Might still be them that I'm using this time too. I don't know. But yeah, so anyway, that's going to be going away. I don't know about this pad, but anyhow, so what I've been doing, again, and it doesn't really look like 4 hours of work went into stuff over here today, but I absolutely assure you it did. And there is some stuff in the van now that's getting ready to get hauled over, and yeah, there's more books in there. Primarily books is the thing so far, but we're just kind of currently new in the process. And what I'm doing now is essentially categorizing things. And categories include like clothing related items, souvenir, memento related items, and putting, and of those two items together, this shirt actually goes to both of them. I've mentioned on a couple of previous updates that we sorted through a lot of Dad's old t-shirts from like various trips. And this afternoon, I found 2 more plastic containers down here of t-shirts that he had labeled with sticky notes on these boxes. Trip t-shirts, good ones. Okay. So it turns out that he had already put aside some of his favorites of his trip shirts for us before I did, of the ones that were at their house or in like other cabinets in my house. And turns out that there were a couple of tubs of these that he had collected down here. I don't know when he put them down here, so I don't know which trips of ours they covered. This particular one actually is a map shirt. Dad always liked these map shirts from the island of Cozumel. And that was one of the ones that was in these boxes. And when I mean there are 2 boxes, we're talking like Sterilite tote type of things of t-shirts that were in here in a corner that didn't know what they were. Another thing that was in there, and this is actually quite interesting as well, where basically I found where Dad saved my old schoolwork. All right. And or at least some of it. I don't know if I found every grade, but like kindergarten, 1st grade, and 5th grade, I know for sure are ones that I found. Other grades might be around here somewhat. My family liked to save stuff. And like, for example, I found like the program from where my grandmother was in her high school play in like 1931. All right. Anyway, so I found stuff that was my schoolwork from like 1st grade and kindergarten and 5th grade. And this is a note or a letter that we had to write at the end of 5th grade. And I could tell because this box was sequentially, like, I guess maybe at the beginning of 5th grade, he got a box and was just putting my papers in there as I went through the grades. Anyway, as somebody who does a lot of subbing in 5th grade specifically, I found this interesting. This was a letter we had to write probably like on the second to last day of school. Graded by the teacher, probably handed back to us on the last day. Hi, my name is Michael. I'm 11 years old and my hobbies include collecting comic books and baseball cards. My family includes me, my mom, my dad, and my cat. My favorite subjects are reading, recess, PE, and library. My favorite music is, well, I haven't decided yet. What I liked about this school year was when a kid threw a pie at Mr. Dixon. As the principal, and this happened at an assembly. Anyway, I'm out of time, but have a great one, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.